Rewire Your Brain: How to Train Your Mind to Be Stronger Than Your Emotions, written and published by the Life Library. Imagine having the ability to control the relentless stream of emotions that push and pull you daily. Think about how life would change if you could respond thoughtfully, rather than reacting impulsively to frustration, stress, or even excitement. Our emotions are powerful forces, but so is the mind, and with the right guidance, it can be trained to step into the driver's seat. This book is about giving you the tools to build that strength. Through stories, practical tips, and real-life examples, you will see how ordinary people have redefined their reactions, transformed their outlooks, and strengthened their mental resilience. You are not alone in struggling to manage emotions. They are part of being human. But there is a way to reshape your experience of them and gain control over your reactions. You will find that these pages are less about suppressing emotions and more about learning to understand and handle them without letting them take over. As you turn each page, prepare to uncover insights that are simple but powerful. You may discover thoughts and beliefs you have held on to for years that do not serve you, and you will learn strategies that empower you to shift those beliefs. Each chapter is crafted to give you a new perspective, new skills, and new ways to build a mind that stays steady and calm in the face of emotional waves. What if you could train your mind to rise above the temporary rush of anger, fear, or frustration, and instead act with clarity and purpose? This journey is an invitation to explore that possibility and to find the strength you did not realize you already had within you. Before we start, remember to subscribe, like, and share for more valuable insights. I would love to hear your thoughts after listening. Drop a comment below. For those wanting to deepen their understanding and really lock in these lessons, the ebook version is available on our official website, linked in the description. Studies show that reading while listening helps boost memory and comprehension. Be sure to check out our special discount for early readers. It is limited, so grab it while you can. Chapter 1: The Power Within Your Mind. Most of us go through life without fully realizing the incredible power within our minds. Every day, thoughts, ideas, and emotions race through our heads, shaping how we see ourselves and the world around us. Yet, few people stop to consider that this constant flow of mental energy can be directed and controlled. You might not think of your mind as a source of strength, but it holds a power that, once understood, can influence every part of your life. Consider how often emotions steer your actions. When a situation triggers a strong reaction, it is easy to feel like you are caught in a current that is too strong to resist. Imagine, however, if you could recognize that feeling and harness it before it takes over. Learning to recognize the power of your thoughts and feelings means you can respond rather than just react. This awareness is where the journey to mental strength truly begins. It is not about denying emotions. It is about guiding them with intention. Our minds are like uncharted landscapes, full of unknown potential. But just like a wild and overgrown garden, they need careful tending. If left on its own, the mind can become cluttered, full of thoughts that do not serve us. Yet with the right approach, we can clear a path, planting seeds of positivity and resilience. This journey is not just about positive thinking, but about creating a mind that supports you in any challenge. By recognizing the power within, you start to see that mental strength is not reserved for a select few. It is available to anyone willing to look within. Think back to a time when you felt truly confident, a time when doubt faded and you trusted yourself completely. That feeling may not come around often, but it gives you a glimpse of the inner strength you already possess. Imagine if that confidence was not just an occasional experience, but something you could call on whenever you needed it. Strengthening your mind involves uncovering that natural confidence and learning how to cultivate it, so it becomes a steady presence in your life. Many people believe that change must come from the outside, a new job, a different environment, or someone else's guidance. But the truth is, lasting change begins from within. You do not need to wait for the right circumstances to gain control over your thoughts and emotions. The power to reshape your experience lies within you right now. It may be subtle, but as you pay closer attention to the way your mind works, you will start to see how small changes can make a big difference. It is natural to feel some resistance when exploring new ways of thinking. Our minds are wired to follow familiar paths because it feels safe, even if those paths do not serve us. However, with curiosity and patience, you can break free from old patterns. You may find that beliefs you have held for years are no longer useful. As you let go of these limiting beliefs, you make room for new ways of thinking that support your growth and well-being. Your mind is not a static, unchanging thing. It is adaptable and open to transformation. Science shows us that the brain itself can change in response to new experiences and habits. With practice, you can develop mental pathways that help you stay calm and focused, even in challenging situations. Each moment you spend developing this skill builds mental muscle, making it easier to navigate life with confidence and clarity. Learning to tap into your mind's power also means becoming aware of how thoughts affect your physical self. You may notice that when you feel stressed, your body reacts with tension or unease. Recognizing these signals is the first step in understanding how thoughts and feelings influence your well-being. As you become more in tune with these connections, you gain the ability to choose responses that promote calmness and resilience rather than reacting automatically. Imagine how empowering it would be to know that no matter what situation you face, you have the tools within yourself to handle it. This kind of mental strength does not eliminate challenges, but it changes how you face them. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, you begin to feel grounded, capable of making decisions that align with your true self. With each step forward, you are building a foundation of strength that can carry you through the ups and downs of life. This process is not about perfection, it is about progress. Every effort you make toward understanding and strengthening your mind is a step closer to a life of intention and purpose. There will be days when it feels easy and others when it feels like an uphill climb. But each experience adds to your growth, deepening your understanding of what you are capable of. As you continue this journey, remember that the power within your mind is a resource you can access at any time. It is always there, waiting for you to tap into it. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes to rely on this strength, even in moments of uncertainty. Chapter 2: Recognizing the Emotional Triggers. Imagine you are having a perfectly normal day, and then, out of nowhere, a small interaction or comment sends a wave of emotion crashing over you. What changed in that instant? Often, it is not the situation itself, but the reaction it sparks inside you. Understanding what sets off these reactions, your emotional triggers, is one of the most important steps in managing your mind. Recognizing these triggers can give you clarity, helping you see beyond the surface and understand why certain things affect you more deeply than others. Each of us has unique triggers, often formed by our past experiences, beliefs, and expectations. These triggers can show up as patterns in your daily life. For instance, maybe you notice a rush of irritation when you feel ignored or frustrated when plans change unexpectedly. These responses are like clues that reveal how certain situations connect with your thoughts and emotions. By paying attention to these patterns, you begin to understand what lies beneath each reaction. Recognizing triggers is not about judging yourself. It is about observing with curiosity. When you notice a surge of emotion, pause for a moment and ask yourself, what just happened? In that brief pause, you create space to understand the underlying cause. Was it something someone said? Was it the tone they used? Or was it an assumption you made based on past experiences? These questions can lead you to the root of the trigger, peeling back layers of emotion to uncover the thoughts fueling them. Our triggers are often tied to unresolved parts of ourselves. Think about a time when you felt criticized. It may have stirred up a memory of feeling inadequate or unappreciated in the past. These deeper layers can be hard to see at first, but as you continue observing your responses, patterns start to emerge. It is not always comfortable to look at these parts of ourselves, but doing so with openness allows you to separate the past from the present. Sometimes triggers arise from expectations we hold, how we think things should be. When reality does not match that vision, frustration or disappointment can surface. Understanding this connection between expectations and emotions gives you insight into why certain situations upset you. You might find that some of your strongest reactions come from wanting things to go a certain way, and when they do not, it feels unsettling. Recognizing this link helps you manage expectations and respond more calmly. Learning to spot triggers can feel like gaining a new sense. Over time, you may notice you are able to predict certain reactions before they even happen. For example, if you know you feel stressed in crowded places, you can prepare yourself in advance. By being aware of what affects you, you give yourself a chance to approach situations with a clearer mind. It is like stepping back from the immediate reaction and seeing it for what it really is, just a reaction, not a defining part of who you are. Once you begin identifying your triggers, you can also start questioning their validity. Are they truly worth the energy they consume? Sometimes we hold on to reactions simply because they feel familiar, even though they may not actually serve us. Examining triggers helps you decide whether certain responses are helping or hindering your well-being. By questioning their relevance, you gain control, breaking the automatic cycle of reaction and reclaiming the power to respond thoughtfully. Being honest with yourself is key in this journey. Some triggers may feel minor, while others reveal deeper insecurities or fears. It is natural to want to push these away, but allowing yourself to see them honestly is part of strengthening your mind. Recognizing what bothers you is not a weakness. It is a step toward mastering your responses. Through this awareness, you can turn a source of discomfort into a valuable insight, empowering yourself to choose how you wish to react. The goal is not to eliminate triggers, but to manage them. Some emotional responses are hardwired, and that is okay. Instead of trying to rid yourself of them entirely, the focus is on learning to work with them. Each time you recognize a trigger and pause to assess it, you are building resilience. Over time, these small shifts create a solid foundation, enabling you to face challenges without losing your balance. By identifying your triggers, you are setting yourself up to handle life's surprises with more composure. Each insight you gain becomes a tool, one that helps you understand yourself better and react more effectively. You might not always catch a trigger before it arises, but every step you take in recognizing them strengthens your awareness. This self-knowledge is an ongoing process, one that adds depth to your mental toolkit and prepares you for whatever life brings your way. Chapter 3. Understanding the Science of Thoughts and Feelings. Every day, a stream of thoughts and feelings flows through your mind, shaping how you perceive and interact with the world. This steady flow might seem natural, but there is a fascinating science behind it. Each thought and emotion is like an electric signal connecting different parts of your brain in a complex network. Understanding this can help you realize that what feels automatic is actually part of a system you can influence with intention. When a thought enters your mind, it is not just an idea, it is a trigger that activates certain parts of the brain. This spark of activity can set off emotions, influencing your mood and decisions. Imagine a moment when a sudden worry or happy memory changed your outlook for the day. This shift was not random. It was your brain responding to internal and external cues. These responses are part of your brain's design, but knowing how they work gives you the power to guide them. Our thoughts and feelings do not operate in isolation. They are deeply intertwined. When a thought triggers an emotion, that feeling often reinforces the thought, creating a cycle that can feel hard to break. For instance, thinking about a past mistake might bring up regret, which then fuels further negative thoughts. But this cycle can be interrupted. By understanding the patterns, you can begin to notice these loops as they form, giving you a chance to shift focus before the cycle gains momentum. The human brain is constantly learning and adapting, which is why certain thoughts feel like habits. This adaptability is known as neuroplasticity, a term that describes the brain's ability to reorganize and create new connections. When you practice different ways of thinking, you are essentially training your brain to create new pathways. Over time, this makes it easier to replace unhelpful thoughts with those that serve you better. It may feel challenging at first, but consistency builds mental strength. Emotions are like the brain's way of signaling that something important is happening. They carry information that helps us navigate life, even when they feel intense or overwhelming. Fear, for example, may alert you to a potential threat, while joy reminds you of what matters most. But while these signals are natural, they do not always align with the reality of a situation. By recognizing that emotions are information, not instructions, you gain the space to decide how to respond rather than reacting automatically. Your body plays a part in this process too. When you feel a strong emotion, your body reacts with physical sensations like a racing heart or tense muscles. These signals reinforce the mental experience, making the emotion feel more vivid. This connection between mind and body can be a powerful tool. By tuning into physical cues, you can catch emotions as they build, giving yourself a moment to choose how to handle them. This awareness creates a sense of balance and control over your responses. The science of thought and emotion also reveals that certain triggers activate different parts of the brain. For instance, the amygdala is involved in emotional reactions, especially those related to fear and stress. When you feel threatened, this part of your brain takes over, bypassing logical thinking to ensure a quick response. This reaction is useful in real danger, but in everyday life, it can lead to impulsive decisions. By practicing calm awareness, you can quiet the amygdala's urgency and engage the brain's rational center. Understanding that your mind operates through a combination of automatic and conscious processes can be eye-opening. You might find that some thoughts come up uninvited, while others are intentional. The automatic thoughts are often shaped by experiences, beliefs, and assumptions, things that may not serve you in every situation. Recognizing this difference empowers you to question those automatic responses, choosing thoughts that align more closely with your goals and values. When you notice a thought that triggers an unwanted feeling, remember that it is just a signal, not a fact. Your mind can generate ideas that feel real in the moment, even when they do not reflect the full truth. By observing these thoughts without immediately accepting them, you create room to decide which ones are worth acting on. This approach does not mean ignoring emotions, but rather understanding them as part of a broader picture, one that you have a role in shaping. This awareness of thoughts and feelings is like gaining a new lens on life. It allows you to see how your brain functions without being swept away by every emotional wave. By understanding the science behind these processes, you can navigate your mental landscape with greater awareness. Instead of feeling controlled by emotions, you start to realize that you have a say in how your thoughts and feelings influence your actions. This shift is a key step in building a mind that is stronger than fleeting impulses. Each moment you spend observing and understanding your inner workings strengthens your ability to respond thoughtfully. It is not about controlling every thought or eliminating all negative feelings. Rather, it is about recognizing the incredible system within you and learning how to work with it rather than against it. This journey of understanding brings you closer to a mind that is not only aware, but also empowered to choose its own path forward. Chapter 4. The Impact of Mental Conditioning. From the moment you are born, your mind begins to absorb information like a sponge, shaped by experiences, interactions, and the environment around you. This process, known as mental conditioning, plays a significant role in forming your beliefs and behaviors. Each thought, action, and reaction contributes to a mental framework that can either empower or limit you. Understanding the impact of this conditioning is essential for recognizing how it shapes your everyday life. Consider how children learn from their surroundings. They watch and imitate the actions of adults, absorbing values and habits. This early conditioning establishes patterns that can last a lifetime. For instance, if a child grows up in a household that encourages open communication, they are likely to develop confidence in expressing their feelings. Conversely, if they witness constant criticism or silence, they may carry feelings of insecurity or fear of judgment into adulthood. These patterns are powerful and often operate beneath the surface of conscious awareness. Your mental conditioning does not end in childhood. It continues throughout your life. Every interaction and experience contributes to the ever-evolving landscape of your thoughts. Social environments, relationships, and media all play a role in shaping how you perceive yourself in the world. As you encounter new situations, your brain assesses these experiences based on previous conditioning, leading to automatic responses. This is why changing a deeply ingrained belief can feel so challenging. It requires unlearning established patterns and creating new ones. One way to see the effects of mental conditioning is through the lens of self-talk. The internal dialogue you carry can either uplift you or drag you down. If your conditioning includes a negative inner voice, it may be difficult to approach challenges with confidence. You might find yourself second-guessing your abilities or fearing failure. On the other hand, those who cultivate positive self-talk can navigate obstacles with resilience, viewing setbacks as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable barriers. The impact of mental conditioning can also be seen in your emotional responses. Certain situations may trigger intense feelings based on past experiences. For example, if you have faced rejection before, you might react strongly to perceived criticism, even when it is unintentional. These reactions stem from mental conditioning that has taught you to associate specific circumstances with emotional pain. By recognizing this pattern, you can begin to break the cycle, creating space for more balanced responses. Another crucial aspect of mental conditioning is how it influences your beliefs about what is possible. If you were taught that success is reserved for a select few, you might hesitate to pursue your own ambitions. Limiting beliefs can create a sense of hopelessness, making it seem as though certain goals are unattainable. Challenging these beliefs is a vital part of reconditioning your mind. By actively questioning the validity of these assumptions, you open yourself up to new possibilities and redefine your limits. Creating new mental pathways requires conscious effort. The process of reconditioning involves replacing old beliefs and responses with more empowering ones. This can be achieved through practice and consistency. For example, if you struggle with feelings of inadequacy, consciously replacing those thoughts with affirmations of your strengths can gradually shift your mindset. Each time you reinforce these positive beliefs, you strengthen the neural connections associated with them. Additionally, the environments you engage with play a significant role in your mental conditioning. Surrounding yourself with supportive individuals who encourage growth can foster a positive mindset. Conversely, immersing yourself in negativity can reinforce limiting beliefs. Pay attention to the influences in your life and seek out those that inspire you. This shift in environment can make a considerable difference in your overall outlook and emotional well-being. It is important to remember that reconditioning does not happen overnight. Just as your current thought patterns were formed over time, reshaping your mindset requires patience and dedication. You may experience setbacks along the way, and that is perfectly normal. The key is to remain committed to the process, even when progress feels slow. Each small step forward contributes to the larger goal of creating a more empowered and resilient mindset. Through this journey of understanding mental conditioning, you come to recognize that you are not bound by past experiences or inherited beliefs. The power to redefine your mind lies within you. By becoming aware of the thoughts and patterns that govern your behavior, you can start to make intentional changes. It is about transforming your relationship with your own mind, ultimately leading to a greater sense of freedom and choice. The impact of mental conditioning extends far beyond your immediate responses. It shapes how you approach life itself. With awareness and effort, you can navigate this landscape, unearthing hidden strengths and possibilities. As you challenge old patterns and embrace new perspectives, you cultivate a mindset that propels you forward. In doing so, you open the door to a life rich with opportunities, ready to embrace all that lies ahead. Chapter 5: Developing Mental Resilience. In the journey of life, challenges are inevitable. They come in many forms, from everyday stressors to significant life changes. Developing mental resilience is the key to navigating these obstacles with grace and strength. It allows you to bounce back from setbacks, adapt to new situations, and maintain a positive outlook, even when faced with adversity. Resilience is not a fixed trait. Rather, it is a skill that can be cultivated over time. One of the first steps in building resilience is recognizing that it is normal to face difficulties. Everyone encounters tough times, and understanding that these experiences are part of being human can alleviate some of the pressure. By acknowledging your feelings and allowing yourself to experience them without judgment, you create space for growth. This acceptance does not mean you must stay in a negative mindset. Instead, it lays the groundwork for transformation. Your thoughts play a critical role in shaping your resilience. When faced with challenges, the narrative you tell yourself can either uplift or undermine your efforts. If you view setbacks as insurmountable obstacles, you may find it hard to move forward. However, shifting your perspective to see these moments as opportunities for learning can enhance your resilience. Each difficulty carries valuable lessons that contribute to your personal growth, enriching your experience and broadening your perspective. Cultivating a growth mindset is another essential aspect of resilience. This concept, popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck, emphasizes the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. When you adopt this mindset, you approach challenges with curiosity rather than fear. Instead of shying away from difficult situations, you become eager to tackle them, knowing they offer a chance to learn and improve. This shift in attitude can transform your relationship with adversity. Social connections also play a vital role in resilience. Building and maintaining a strong support system can make a significant difference when navigating tough times. Friends, family, and colleagues can offer encouragement, advice, and a listening ear. Sharing your experiences with others not only lightens your emotional load, but also fosters a sense of belonging. Knowing that you are not alone in your struggles can be incredibly empowering and motivating. In addition to support from others, self-care is crucial in developing mental resilience. Taking time to care for your physical and emotional well-being helps you recharge and stay grounded. Engaging in activities that bring you joy, such as reading, exercising, or spending time in nature, allows you to cultivate a sense of balance. By prioritizing self-care, you build a reservoir of strength that you can draw upon when faced with challenges. Mindfulness practices can also enhance your resilience. By staying present and fully engaged in the moment, you can reduce anxiety about the future and lessen the grip of past regrets. Mindfulness encourages you to observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment, creating a sense of distance from overwhelming emotions. This awareness enables you to respond thoughtfully to challenges rather than reacting impulsively. As you cultivate mindfulness, you will find yourself better equipped to handle stress and uncertainty. Another effective strategy for developing resilience is setting realistic goals. When you face a significant challenge, breaking it down into smaller, manageable steps can make it feel less daunting. Each small achievement builds confidence and propels you forward. Celebrate these victories, no matter how minor they may seem, as they contribute to your overall progress. This practice reinforces the belief that you are capable of overcoming obstacles, strengthening your resilience over time. Reflecting on past experiences can also illuminate the path to resilience. Think about moments in your life when you faced difficulties and emerged stronger. What strategies did you employ? What lessons did you learn? By revisiting these memories, you can gain insights into your coping mechanisms and resilience-building techniques. Understanding your strengths and past successes empowers you to tackle future challenges with greater confidence. Resilience is not about avoiding difficulty. It is about developing the tools to navigate it effectively. Each challenge presents an opportunity for growth, and with every experience, you become more adept at handling adversity. As you cultivate resilience, you may find that you approach life's ups and downs with newfound courage and optimism. This transformation allows you to view obstacles not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones on your journey. As you develop your mental resilience, remember that it's a continuous process. There will be times when you feel strong, and other moments when you feel vulnerable. This ebb and flow are part of the human experience. Be gentle with yourself during the challenging times and take pride in the progress you make along the way. Building resilience is about learning to dance with life, adapting to its rhythm while remaining steadfast in your journey. Ultimately, the journey toward mental resilience leads to a deeper understanding of yourself and your capabilities. You become more equipped to face life's challenges, armed with the knowledge that you can overcome difficulties and emerge stronger. This sense of empowerment is invaluable, allowing you to embrace life with open arms, ready to tackle whatever comes your way. As you cultivate resilience, you not only enrich your own life, but also inspire those around you to embrace their journey with courage and determination. Chapter 6: Breaking Down Emotional Reactions. Emotional reactions can often feel overwhelming, catching us off guard in moments of stress or conflict. Understanding the underlying mechanics of these responses is essential for taking control of our emotions. When we experience a strong feeling, it may seem as if it takes over, leaving little room for rational thought. However, with the right approach, we can break these reactions down and gain valuable insights into our emotional lives. Every emotional reaction begins with a trigger. This could be a situation, a comment from a friend, or even a memory that resurfaces unexpectedly. These triggers often lead to automatic thoughts, which are the immediate interpretations we make about the situation. For instance, if someone criticizes your work, your initial thought might be that you are not good enough. This thought can quickly escalate into feelings of inadequacy or frustration. By recognizing the connection between triggers, thoughts, and feelings, you can start to untangle your emotional reactions. Once you identify the trigger, it is crucial to pause and assess your thoughts. Ask yourself what you are telling yourself in that moment. Is your response based on facts, or are you making assumptions? This reflection can help you see that your thoughts are not always accurate reflections of reality. It is easy to fall into the trap of negative self-talk, especially when emotions run high. By challenging these thoughts, you can begin to reshape your emotional landscape. In addition to examining thoughts, it is helpful to consider the physical sensations that accompany your emotions. When you feel anger, for instance, you might notice a tightening in your chest or clenching in your fists. Recognizing these bodily reactions can provide valuable information about how your emotions manifest. By tuning into your physical sensations, you create a bridge between your mind and body, allowing for a more holistic understanding of your emotional state. Another important aspect of breaking down emotional reactions is exploring the context of your feelings. Emotions do not exist in a vacuum. They are often influenced by past experiences and personal history. Consider how your upbringing or significant life events may shape your current reactions. For example, if you were criticized harshly as a child, you might react defensively to feedback in adulthood. By understanding these connections, you can foster compassion for yourself and your reactions, recognizing that they stem from your unique life experiences. As you dissect your emotional responses, it is essential to practice self-compassion. It is easy to fall into the trap of self-judgment, particularly when emotions feel intense or irrational. Instead of criticizing yourself for feeling a certain way, acknowledge that your feelings are valid. Emotions serve a purpose. They can guide you toward what you value or help you identify unmet needs. Treating yourself with kindness during emotional upheaval allows you to create a safe space for exploration and understanding. Developing emotional awareness is a gradual process. It takes practice to notice your triggers and reactions consistently. Journaling can be a valuable tool in this journey. By writing down your thoughts and feelings, you create an opportunity for reflection. Over time, patterns may emerge, revealing the recurring themes in your emotional life. This insight allows you to anticipate potential triggers and respond with greater awareness in the future. Furthermore, it is crucial to remember that emotions are temporary. Just as a storm will eventually pass, so too will the intensity of your feelings. Recognizing the transient nature of emotions can help you resist the urge to react impulsively. Instead of allowing your emotions to dictate your actions, pause and create space between your feelings and your responses. This practice empowers you to respond thoughtfully rather than reactively. Creating a toolbox of coping strategies can also aid in breaking down emotional reactions. Techniques such as deep breathing, grounding exercises, or visualization can help center you during moments of heightened emotion. These strategies provide a moment to regain composure and clarity, allowing you to approach the situation with a clearer mind. Experimenting with different techniques can help you discover what resonates with you and fits your unique emotional landscape. Another aspect to consider is the role of communication in managing emotional reactions. Sharing your feelings with a trusted friend or loved one can be incredibly beneficial. It not only provides an outlet for your emotions, but also allows for the potential of gaining perspective. Engaging in open conversations can foster understanding and strengthen relationships, creating a supportive environment where emotional experiences are validated. As you become more adept at breaking down emotional reactions, you will find that your resilience increases. The ability to recognize, understand, and navigate your emotions empowers you to handle life's challenges with grace. Rather than feeling at the mercy of your emotions, you will cultivate a sense of agency over your emotional responses. This transformation opens the door to deeper self-awareness and emotional intelligence. Ultimately, breaking down emotional reactions is a journey of self-discovery. Each trigger, thought, and feeling offers an opportunity for learning and growth. By taking the time to understand your emotional landscape, you pave the way for healthier relationships and a more fulfilling life. As you gain insights into your emotional patterns, you will find yourself better equipped to navigate the complexities of human experience, enriching your journey toward emotional mastery. Chapter 7: The Practice of Self-Awareness. Self-awareness is the foundation upon which personal growth stands. It involves looking inward and taking the time to understand who you are, what you feel, and why you respond the way you do. This practice allows you to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment, fostering a deeper connection with yourself. By becoming more aware of your inner landscape, you can identify patterns that influence your behavior and decision-making. The journey to self-awareness begins with mindfulness. Mindfulness encourages you to stay present in the moment, observing your thoughts as they come and go. This practice helps you recognize when your mind wanders or when you become consumed by overwhelming feelings. By tuning into the here and now, you create space for reflection, enabling you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. When you practice mindfulness, you also cultivate a sense of curiosity about your inner world. Rather than pushing away difficult emotions, you allow yourself to experience them fully. This curiosity is vital because it leads to greater understanding. For example, if you feel anger rising in response to a conversation, instead of dismissing it, you can explore the reasons behind that anger. What triggered this feeling? Is it related to a past experience or a current situation? By asking these questions, you deepen your self-awareness. Another key aspect of self-awareness is recognizing your values and beliefs. Your values serve as a compass, guiding your decisions and shaping your interactions with others. Reflecting on what truly matters to you can illuminate areas of your life that may need attention or adjustment. When you live in alignment with your core values, you experience a greater sense of fulfillment and purpose. This alignment encourages you to make choices that resonate with who you are at your core. Keeping a journal is a powerful tool for enhancing self-awareness. Writing down your thoughts and feelings allows you to process experiences in a tangible way. As you put pen to paper, you may uncover insights that you had not recognized before. This practice also provides a safe space to explore your emotions without fear of judgment. By revisiting your entries over time, you can track your growth and observe how your thoughts and feelings evolve. Another effective way to build self-awareness is through feedback from others. Engaging in open conversations with trusted friends or family members can offer valuable perspectives. They may notice patterns in your behavior that you have overlooked. This external feedback serves as a mirror, reflecting aspects of yourself that you may not see. While receiving feedback can feel uncomfortable at times, it is an essential part of the self-discovery process. Incorporating regular moments of reflection into your daily routine can also strengthen self-awareness. Set aside time each day, even if just for a few minutes, to check in with yourself. Ask yourself how you are feeling and what thoughts are occupying your mind. This practice allows you to cultivate a habit of self-reflection, enabling you to recognize shifts in your emotional state. As you become more attuned to your feelings, you can make more conscious choices about how to respond. Self-awareness is not a destination, but an ongoing journey. As you continue to explore your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, you will likely encounter areas that challenge you. This is a normal part of the process. Instead of shying away from discomfort, approach it with an open mind. Allow yourself to feel the emotions that arise and explore their roots. Each challenge presents an opportunity for growth and greater self-understanding. As you delve deeper into self-awareness, you may find that your relationships with others transform as well. When you understand your own emotions and triggers, you become better equipped to empathize with others. This empathy fosters deeper connections and improves your communication skills. As you practice self-awareness, you create a ripple effect that positively impacts those around you. Building self-awareness can also lead to increased emotional regulation. When you recognize the thoughts and feelings that arise, you can choose how to respond rather than acting on impulse. This ability to pause and reflect before reacting allows for more thoughtful interactions and less regret. You begin to see challenges as opportunities for learning rather than obstacles to overcome. In this journey, it is important to remember that self-awareness does not mean perfection. You are human, and it is natural to experience a wide range of emotions. Accepting your imperfections is part of the process. By acknowledging that you do not have to have all the answers, you free yourself from the pressure of unrealistic expectations. This acceptance creates a nurturing environment for personal growth. Another beneficial aspect of self-awareness is the ability to set boundaries. When you understand your own needs and limits, you can communicate them clearly to others. Setting boundaries is essential for maintaining healthy relationships and protecting your emotional well-being. It allows you to prioritize self-care and ensures that you are not stretched too thin in your interactions. As you cultivate self-awareness, you will discover a new level of freedom in your life. The more you understand yourself, the more empowered you become to make choices that align with your true self. This journey is about unfolding your potential and embracing the complexity of who you are. Self-awareness is the key that unlocks the door to a more fulfilling and authentic life. Ultimately, the practice of self-awareness is a lifelong endeavor. It requires patience, curiosity, and an openness to learn. Each moment of reflection brings you closer to understanding your unique journey. As you continue to explore this path, you will find that the rewards extend far beyond yourself, enriching every aspect of your life. Chapter 8: Shifting Perspectives and Reframing Thoughts. Life presents a continuous stream of challenges, and how we perceive these situations can significantly influence our emotional responses. Shifting perspectives is not just about seeing things differently. It is about recognizing that our interpretations are not absolute truths. By adjusting our viewpoint, we can transform our experience of reality, leading to greater emotional balance and resilience. Consider the moments when you encounter a setback. It is all too easy to spiral into negative thinking, believing that the situation defines your worth or potential. However, when you consciously choose to reframe these thoughts, you open the door to new possibilities. For instance, viewing a setback as a learning opportunity rather than a failure allows you to extract valuable lessons that contribute to personal growth. This shift in perspective can create a more empowering narrative that encourages perseverance. One effective method for shifting your perspective is to ask yourself a series of questions. What assumptions am I making about this situation? How might someone else view this? By challenging your current beliefs, you can uncover alternative viewpoints that may be more constructive. This process can help you step outside your usual thought patterns and consider different angles that may lead to a more balanced outlook. Another technique involves visualizing your thoughts as clouds drifting across the sky. This imagery reminds you that thoughts are transient and do not have to dictate your emotional state. When a negative thought arises, acknowledge it without judgment, then let it float away. This practice cultivates detachment, allowing you to observe your thoughts without becoming entangled in them. Over time, this approach can significantly reduce the impact of negative thinking on your emotional well-being. Reframing also involves language. The words you use to describe a situation can shape your perception. For example, replacing the phrase "I have to" with "I choose to" empowers you by emphasizing your agency. This simple linguistic shift transforms feelings of obligation into a sense of choice and autonomy. As you become more mindful of your language, you can cultivate a more positive inner dialogue that supports your mental health. It is also important to recognize cognitive distortions, which are irrational thought patterns that can cloud your judgment. Common distortions include all or nothing thinking, overgeneralization, and catastrophizing. By identifying these patterns, you can challenge their validity. For instance, if you find yourself thinking, "I always fail," take a moment to consider evidence that contradicts this belief. Reminding yourself of past successes can create a more balanced perspective and diminish the power of negative thoughts. Surrounding yourself with positive influences can further support your efforts to shift perspectives. Engaging with uplifting literature, inspiring podcasts, or encouraging friends can provide fresh insights that challenge your current mindset. The ideas and attitudes of others can serve as a catalyst for your own growth, sparking new thoughts and feelings that help you see the world in a different light. Practicing gratitude is another powerful way to shift your perspective. When you focus on what you appreciate in your life, it becomes easier to counteract negative thoughts. By regularly acknowledging the positive aspects of your experiences, you create a mental environment that promotes optimism. This practice not only improves your mood, but also enhances your overall outlook on life. As you develop the ability to reframe your thoughts, you may find that your emotional responses become more manageable. This does not mean that difficult feelings will vanish. Rather, it allows you to navigate them with greater ease. When faced with stress or disappointment, reframing can help you find the silver lining, transforming adversity into an opportunity for growth. Creating a habit of reflection can also bolster your ability to shift perspectives. After experiencing a challenging event, take time to evaluate your thoughts and feelings. Consider what went well, what you learned, and how you can apply this knowledge moving forward. This reflective practice encourages a growth mindset, reinforcing the idea that setbacks are part of the learning process. Moreover, seeking out diverse perspectives through conversations or reading can deepen your understanding of a situation. Engaging with people who hold different views encourages you to expand your thinking and consider alternatives you may not have previously recognized. This openness enriches your life and fosters empathy, enabling you to relate better to others. In the journey of life, it is essential to remember that change takes time. Shifting perspectives and reframing thoughts is a skill that requires practice. Be patient with yourself as you navigate this process. Each time you consciously choose to view a situation from a different angle, you strengthen your capacity for resilience. Ultimately, the power to shift perspectives lies within you. Each moment presents an opportunity to reframe your thoughts and approach challenges with a renewed mindset. By embracing this practice, you cultivate a more balanced emotional state and enhance your overall quality of life. As you continue to explore this journey, you may discover that the world opens up in ways you never thought possible. Chapter 9. Building your inner dialogue. Every moment, your mind is engaged in a conversation with itself, a constant stream of thoughts that shapes your beliefs and actions. This inner dialogue plays a crucial role in determining your emotional landscape. Understanding how to nurture this dialogue can create a more supportive and encouraging environment within yourself. It is essential to recognize that the words you speak to yourself hold power, influencing your feelings and behaviors in significant ways. Imagine waking up each morning and the first thoughts that greet you. Are they kind, or do they echo criticism? If you find that your self-talk often leans toward the negative, it is time to consciously shift that narrative. The journey begins with awareness. Notice how you talk to yourself throughout the day. This awareness allows you to identify patterns that may be detrimental to your emotional well-being. Once you recognize negative self-talk, you can begin to challenge these harmful narratives. Ask yourself whether these thoughts are based on facts or merely perceptions. When you encounter a critical thought, try to reframe it into something more positive. For instance, instead of thinking "I am not good enough," consider rephrasing it to "I am doing my best, and that is enough." This simple adjustment can lead to profound changes in how you perceive yourself and your capabilities. It can also be helpful to create a mantra or positive affirmation that resonates with you. This could be a phrase you repeat daily that reinforces your strengths and values, whether it is, I am worthy, I am capable, or I am enough. These affirmations can serve as anchors during challenging times. Over time, the repetition of these positive statements can rewire your brain to think more constructively. In building your inner dialogue, it is crucial to practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer a friend. When you face setbacks or make mistakes, instead of berating yourself, acknowledge that everyone experiences difficulties. Recognizing that it is part of being human helps foster a gentler internal voice. This compassion nurtures a sense of safety and acceptance, allowing you to grow without fear of harsh judgment. Consider journaling as a tool for enhancing your inner dialogue. Writing down your thoughts can provide clarity and perspective. When you put pen to paper, it gives you the space to explore your feelings more deeply. This practice can reveal underlying beliefs that may need re-examination. You might discover that certain fears or doubts are based on outdated experiences, not your current reality. Another way to cultivate a positive inner dialogue is to surround yourself with uplifting influences. This can include reading books, listening to podcasts, or engaging with people who inspire you. The ideas and positivity that come from these external sources can influence your inner conversation, guiding you towards a more constructive mindset. The more you expose yourself to positive narratives, the more they can shape your internal dialogue. Mindfulness also plays a significant role in fostering a healthier inner voice. Being present in the moment allows you to observe your thoughts without judgment. Instead of getting caught up in negative spirals, you can learn to recognize these thoughts as transient. This practice helps create space between you and your thoughts, enabling you to choose responses that align with your values rather than reacting impulsively. Additionally, integrating gratitude into your daily routine can shift your focus from what is lacking to what you appreciate. Taking time each day to acknowledge the positives in your life can enhance your overall perspective. This practice can gradually transform your inner dialogue from one of scarcity to one of abundance, allowing you to recognize the good that exists around and within you. When faced with challenges, remind yourself of past successes. Reflect on times when you overcame obstacles or achieved goals. This reflection reinforces your capabilities and serves as a reminder that you have navigated difficult situations before. Each victory, no matter how small, adds to the evidence that you are resilient and capable. Engaging in creative expression can also contribute to building a positive inner dialogue. Whether through art, writing, or another form of creativity, expressing your thoughts and feelings can provide an outlet for processing emotions. This expression often leads to a deeper understanding of your internal landscape, allowing for more constructive conversations with yourself. As you work to build your inner dialogue, remember that it is a journey, not a destination. There will be ups and downs, moments of progress, followed by setbacks. What matters is your commitment to nurturing a compassionate and supportive internal voice. Celebrate your efforts, no matter how small, and remain open to growth. By intentionally shaping your inner dialogue, you are not merely changing your thoughts, you are transforming your emotional experience. This transformation can lead to greater confidence, improved resilience, and a more positive outlook on life. Your mind can become a powerful ally, guiding you towards success and fulfillment. Embrace the process of cultivating this dialogue, for it is one of the most important conversations you will ever have. Your journey toward a more supportive inner voice begins with the simple yet profound realization that you have the power to change the way you speak to yourself. Chapter 10. Finding calm in the midst of chaos. In the fast-paced whirlwind of daily life, it can be challenging to hold on to a sense of calm when everything around feels urgent and chaotic. Finding inner peace does not mean that the world around you becomes quiet. Instead, it means you learn how to be still and centered despite the noise. It is about cultivating a calm state of mind where you feel grounded and less impacted by external pressures, giving you the clarity to navigate through life's storms with strength. One way to nurture this inner calm is to become more aware of the moments when you feel tension creeping in. Often, stress builds up in small layers that go unnoticed until it feels overwhelming. By tuning in to these early signs, such as a quickened heartbeat or tense muscles, you can pause and bring yourself back to a steady state before emotions spiral. Practicing this awareness consistently can make it easier to catch yourself before tension takes control. At times, simply stepping away from the source of chaos, even for a brief moment, can help you gain perspective. This does not mean physically leaving the situation, but mentally creating a bit of distance. Imagining yourself as an observer rather than getting swept up in the storm allows you to see things more objectively. In this mental space, it becomes easier to breathe, think clearly, and respond with calm rather than reacting out of stress. Breath itself can be a powerful anchor to help you stay calm. Focusing on steady, deep breaths is a way to connect to your body and bring yourself back to the present. When stress hits, your breathing often becomes shallow and rapid. Taking slow, intentional breaths signals to your brain that it is safe to relax. This simple practice can be done anywhere, allowing you to regain your balance without needing any special tools or environments. In chaotic times, thoughts may start racing as the mind tries to predict outcomes, plan, and prepare for every possible scenario. This tendency can lead to feeling overwhelmed, making it hard to focus on the present. By gently redirecting your mind to the present moment, you free yourself from the weight of what-ifs. Focus on what is in front of you right now and let go of things beyond your immediate control. Sometimes, it is helpful to remind yourself that chaos is temporary. Whatever situation you find yourself in, it will pass, as everything does. This reminder can prevent you from feeling trapped by difficult moments. You are resilient and capable of handling what comes, and knowing that the chaos has an endpoint can make it easier to stay grounded through it. It is about finding confidence in your ability to adapt and thrive. Being gentle with yourself during chaotic times is essential. High-stress moments are already challenging, and adding self-criticism only makes things harder. Recognize that handling chaos is not about perfect responses, but about doing your best with the resources you have. Showing yourself kindness can ease pressure, creating space to move forward with a clear mind rather than one clouded by self-doubt. Visualizing a calm place, whether real or imagined, can be another effective way to center yourself. Picture a scene that brings you a sense of peace, like a quiet beach, a green forest, or even a memory of a time when you felt at ease. Imagining yourself in this place for a few moments can shift your mindset, giving you a mental break from the current situation. The image acts as a reset button, helping you re-enter the present with renewed composure. Another technique for staying calm is to focus on one small task at a time. When everything feels chaotic, the sheer volume of things to handle can be paralyzing. By breaking down your responsibilities into manageable steps, you allow yourself to regain a sense of control. Tackling one thing at a time also allows you to accomplish more without feeling overwhelmed, as each completed task brings a small sense of relief. Engaging in small routines or habits that bring you comfort can also help anchor your mind during stressful times. This could be as simple as taking a few minutes each day to enjoy a warm drink, write down your thoughts, or sit quietly. These small actions provide a touch of stability, acting as a reminder that not everything is out of your hands. Through these grounding routines, you create moments of peace amidst the surrounding activity. The way you perceive chaos can also influence your ability to handle it. Viewing challenges as opportunities to grow can shift your mindset, making it easier to find calm. Instead of seeing chaos as something to endure, see it as a chance to practice patience and resilience. This shift in perspective can transform difficult situations into valuable learning experiences, reinforcing your inner strength. Over time, building calm in the face of chaos becomes less about changing the environment and more about training the mind to respond with patience. Your reactions gradually become steadier, and you start to feel less swayed by external events. Each experience adds to your mental toolkit, equipping you with more skills to handle future challenges. This personal growth fosters a lasting inner calm that remains even when life gets hectic. Lastly, remember that calmness is not about shutting out difficult emotions. It is about letting them pass through without being carried away. Allow yourself to feel what you need to feel without judgment, and trust in your ability to return to a steady state. It is about finding balance, where you respect your emotions without letting them take over. In this way, calm becomes a constant you can return to, regardless of what life brings your way. In learning to find calm amid chaos, you are giving yourself the gift of resilience. This calm is not a distant state to reach, but a quality you can cultivate in your daily life. As you practice this, you will find that calmness becomes a part of who you are, guiding you through every storm with quiet strength. Chapter 11: Cultivating Mindful Presence. Mindful presence means experiencing each moment as it is, with an open and steady awareness. It is about letting go of past concerns or future worries, focusing entirely on what is happening now. Practicing this presence creates a refreshing stillness, making life feel less rushed and more fulfilling. This grounded way of living can reveal details and experiences that may otherwise go unnoticed in the haste of daily life. One way to start cultivating this presence is to connect to your senses. Notice the sounds, sights, and textures around you. They are gentle reminders of the moment. By tuning into these sensory details, you root yourself in the present and prevent the mind from drifting into distractions. The more you engage with what is around you, the stronger your connection to the present becomes. Learning to be present is also about noticing when your mind wanders. The mind naturally shifts to thoughts of things that happened or might happen, and it is easy to get pulled away by these thoughts. Acknowledging that this happens to everyone makes it easier to guide your focus back to now without frustration. You simply observe, acknowledge, and gently return your attention to what is unfolding. Focusing on the breath can serve as a steady anchor in this practice. The breath is a constant that you can always come back to, something that exists only in the present. By observing each breath without judgment or control, you can feel a sense of calm spreading through your mind. Breathing deeply and evenly also invites a sense of ease, making it easier to stay present even in challenging moments. Mindful presence can transform ordinary activities into meaningful experiences. Everyday tasks like preparing a meal or taking a walk become richer when you approach them with awareness. Notice the colors, the smells, the textures, and let each action hold your attention fully. You will find that even simple routines feel more satisfying when you are engaged with them, rather than rushing through. Thoughts will inevitably drift to things outside the present, but that does not have to be a source of frustration. A key part of mindful presence is observing these thoughts without judgment. Instead of labeling them as distractions, consider them as reminders of where your attention has wandered. This observation helps you understand your own mind better, making it easier to come back to the here and now. Practicing presence is also about being fully engaged in conversations. When you listen with complete attention, without preparing a response or letting your mind wander, you build deeper connections with others. This kind of attentive listening is not only respectful, but also enriching, as it allows you to learn from others and feel more connected. Conversations become more meaningful when you give each word your full focus. There is a power in choosing to slow down and fully inhabit each moment. When you are present, time feels different, less pressured, and more spacious. You may find that when you stop rushing, life seems to offer you more room to breathe. This shift in perception brings a calm that makes even the busiest days feel manageable, helping you face each task with a clear and grounded mind. Mindful presence does not mean blocking out emotions or ignoring challenges. Instead, it involves welcoming whatever feelings arise and letting them flow through without clinging to them. Emotions are part of your experience, and by acknowledging them, you allow yourself to feel fully without becoming overwhelmed. This balanced approach brings peace, even in the presence of strong emotions. As you practice staying present, you may notice that distractions lose some of their pull. The more often you bring yourself back to the present, the easier it becomes to resist the lure of endless mental chatter. This strengthens your ability to focus on what truly matters to you, allowing you to spend your energy on things that bring purpose and joy. It is a quiet yet powerful way to reclaim your time and attention. With practice, mindful presence becomes less of a deliberate effort and more of a natural state. You find yourself becoming more patient, less hurried, and more appreciative of small moments. The benefits of this presence extend beyond mental clarity. They enrich your relationships, enhance your work, and even improve your sense of well-being. Life feels fuller and more satisfying when you are truly present for it. Moments of presence also help you respond to situations thoughtfully, rather than reacting on impulse. You gain a calm clarity that makes it easier to navigate challenges with confidence and patience. This ability to pause and assess before acting can be invaluable, especially in moments of tension. It enables you to make choices that align with your values and goals, creating a path forward that feels right. In cultivating mindful presence, you are learning to live life with a greater sense of balance and joy. This practice brings you into harmony with each moment, allowing you to experience life in a way that feels grounded and intentional. Over time, you will find yourself feeling more in control of your attention, less pulled by distractions, and more deeply engaged with the world around you. Chapter 12. Resisting Negative Self-Talk. Negative self-talk often creeps in quietly, like a shadow in the back of our minds, coloring the way we see ourselves and the world. These inner criticisms can seem harmless at first, but over time, they become limiting beliefs that can hold us back. Learning to recognize this negative inner voice is the first step to breaking free from it. By catching ourselves in these moments, we can start to shift the tone of our inner dialogue. Sometimes negative thoughts arise from a deep-rooted habit of focusing on what we think we lack or should be doing better. These thoughts can stem from past experiences, social pressures, or comparing ourselves to others. But these comparisons do not reveal the whole truth of who we are. They are often harsh and unfair, missing the strengths and unique qualities that make us who we are. One way to challenge these negative thoughts is to question their validity. Thoughts are not facts. They are simply ideas our minds generate, often based on fleeting emotions or past assumptions. When we remind ourselves of this, it becomes easier to distance ourselves from self-critical thoughts and view them more objectively. This perspective opens a door to kinder, more supportive self-reflection. Another powerful tool in resisting negative self-talk is reframing our inner language. Imagine shifting from "I always mess up" to "I am still learning." This small change transforms an absolute judgment into an understanding of growth. Reframing does not mean ignoring areas we want to improve. It simply means viewing ourselves through a lens of patience and progress rather than harshness. Recognizing when you are being overly self-critical can help to create a more balanced view of yourself. For example, if you think, "I am not good at this," you might follow up with, "But I am good at learning and improving." This balanced approach builds confidence by focusing on your ability to grow rather than fixating on perceived shortcomings. It is about seeing yourself as a whole, with strengths and areas to develop. When we get stuck in negative self-talk, it is often because we are focusing on what went wrong rather than what went right. By actively acknowledging what you have accomplished, even in small ways, you build resilience against the urge to focus on failures. Celebrating small victories reminds you that there is progress and worth in every step you take, no matter how minor it may seem. Resisting negative self-talk also involves being aware of the language you use with yourself. Words are powerful, especially the ones we repeat often. If you constantly tell yourself that you are not good enough, it starts to shape your self-image. Choosing kinder, more forgiving words reinforces a sense of self-respect and makes it easier to move past self-doubt. Positive words serve as mental stepping stones toward a stronger self-image. At times, the negative voice can feel persistent, especially when you are facing stress or challenges. In these moments, it helps to remember that everyone struggles with self-doubt. You are not alone in these feelings, and experiencing them does not define who you are. Acknowledging this common humanity can bring a sense of comfort and make it easier to quiet that critical voice. Taking a compassionate approach to yourself is not about avoiding responsibility or ignoring areas for improvement. It is about giving yourself the same kindness you would offer a friend. Imagine what you would say to a close friend facing the same thoughts and apply those words to yourself. This perspective can break the pattern of self-criticism and create a gentler, more supportive relationship with yourself. Practicing gratitude can also help to quiet negative self-talk. By focusing on what you appreciate about yourself or your life, you redirect your mind away from criticisms. Gratitude shifts the focus from what is wrong to what is right, fostering a more positive outlook. Small expressions of gratitude each day reinforce a mindset that is resilient against negative inner voices. Self-talk shapes your beliefs and ultimately your actions. Negative self-talk leads to self-doubt and fear of failure, while positive self-talk encourages courage and self-trust. By consciously choosing words that build rather than break down, you reinforce a foundation of confidence and self-worth. This shift in language can inspire you to take steps forward, knowing that you are capable and worthy of growth. Building resistance to negative self-talk does not happen overnight. It is a gradual process involving patience and consistent practice. Some days the critical voice will be louder, and that is okay. What matters is your willingness to keep trying, to keep choosing self-compassion, even when it feels challenging. Over time, this practice becomes easier, creating a new habit of kinder self-talk. When you begin to recognize and challenge negative self-talk, you free yourself from the weight of self-doubt. You begin to see yourself as capable, resilient, and worthy of kindness. This shift may seem small at first, but it lays the groundwork for a positive transformation in how you see yourself and approach life's challenges. It is a powerful step toward building a lasting sense of inner strength and self-respect. Chapter 13: Strategies to Strengthen Mental Clarity. Mental clarity can often feel like a fleeting state, especially when life is full of tasks, responsibilities, and distractions. Achieving it requires more than just clearing your schedule. It takes intentional efforts to streamline your thoughts and create a focused mind. By learning to let go of mental clutter, you can begin to see your goals, ideas, and priorities more clearly, creating space for deeper understanding and insight. One helpful approach is to prioritize what truly matters. Every day, we are flooded with information and demands, making it easy to get lost in what is urgent rather than important. By focusing on key priorities, you can minimize distractions and direct your energy where it counts. This habit of choosing what deserves your focus helps eliminate the noise that can cloud your thinking. Another useful strategy for mental clarity is practicing single tasking. Our minds are not built to handle multiple things at once without sacrificing quality. When you commit to one task at a time, you allow yourself to fully engage, leading to deeper concentration and better results. This habit builds a sense of accomplishment and helps to reinforce clear, focused thinking. Recognizing when your mind feels overwhelmed can also be key to maintaining clarity. Sometimes, the sheer volume of thoughts and ideas can feel too much to process. Taking a few minutes to pause, breathe, or even step outside can make a big difference. These small breaks help reset your mental space, enabling you to return with a refreshed and focused perspective. Setting aside a few minutes for quiet reflection can help you gain insight into where your thoughts are centered. This could involve writing down lingering ideas or simply taking note of what feels most important. Reflecting on your mental landscape brings clarity, allowing you to identify any unnecessary thoughts that may be weighing you down and preventing clear focus. Keeping your goals in sight is another powerful tool for building mental clarity. When you have a clear idea of what you want to achieve, it becomes easier to filter out thoughts and distractions that do not serve that purpose. Reminding yourself of these goals on a regular basis reinforces clarity and encourages a proactive approach to thinking and decision-making. Physical organization can surprisingly support mental clarity. Cluttered surroundings can lead to cluttered thinking, while a tidy environment often supports a clearer mind. By creating a clean, ordered space, you may find that your thoughts also become more organized. This small shift in your environment can make focusing easier and help keep your mind free from unnecessary distractions. Simplifying your mental input can also help strengthen clarity. When you are selective about the information and media you consume, you give your mind room to process only what is truly valuable. Reducing exposure to irrelevant information supports a sharper focus on what matters, preventing the mental clutter that comes from overstimulation. Making time to engage in creative thinking can also enhance mental clarity. This does not require a huge amount of time, but simply allowing yourself to think freely without judgment or pressure can stimulate new ideas and insights. Creative thinking often clears mental fog, creating an environment where focused and structured thoughts can emerge naturally. Becoming mindful of your own thoughts and feelings can give you greater control over mental clarity. This awareness enables you to catch yourself when your mind begins to wander into unproductive territory. When you can gently guide your focus back to what is essential, you reinforce a habit of clarity and purpose, gradually training your mind to stay on track. Learning to let go of perfectionism also benefits mental clarity. Striving for perfection often leads to overthinking and hesitation, which can cloud your judgment and stall progress. By accepting that things do not always need to be flawless, you allow yourself to move forward with greater ease, clearing the way for clear, decisive thinking. Sometimes, making decisions quickly can actually improve clarity. When we spend too long analyzing every detail, we risk getting bogged down by minor issues. Trusting your intuition on smaller choices can free up mental space for more significant thoughts and actions. This practice of swift, confident decisions helps sharpen your focus on what truly requires your attention. It can also be helpful to limit daily distractions. Many of us are surrounded by technology and notifications that constantly pull our attention away from what matters. Choosing to set boundaries around these distractions gives you more mental space to focus on important tasks. Creating this quiet space for thought encourages mental clarity and allows you to direct your full attention to the task at hand. Acknowledging your mental and physical limits is also crucial for maintaining clarity. Pushing yourself too hard or too long can quickly lead to mental exhaustion, making clarity difficult to achieve. By respecting your need for rest and recovery, you allow your mind to recharge, returning to tasks with sharper focus and energy. Incorporating routines that support clarity into your daily life builds a foundation for focused thinking. Small, consistent practices, like organizing your to-do list or setting aside time for mental breaks, can reinforce clarity over time. These practices act as reminders to pause, refocus, and move forward with clear intention, ultimately strengthening your ability to maintain mental clarity. As you refine your mental clarity, you may notice that decision-making becomes simpler and that your thoughts feel more purposeful. Strengthening clarity is not about eliminating thoughts, but about nurturing the ability to focus on what matters most. Each step you take toward a clearer mind builds resilience against distractions and opens the door to a more focused, intentional way of thinking. Chapter 14: Transforming Obstacles into Opportunities. Challenges can often seem like immovable walls, blocking us from moving forward or achieving our goals. Yet, if we shift our perspective, these obstacles can reveal new paths we might not have considered. Every setback brings its own lesson, offering a chance to learn, adapt, and ultimately grow in ways we may not have expected. Facing these moments with a curious mind can turn the hardest barriers into opportunities for change. One powerful approach is to view setbacks as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. When things do not go as planned, it is easy to feel defeated. However, each misstep offers clues about what might work better the next time. By approaching challenges with a mindset of growth, we learn to use each experience as fuel to propel us forward. This practice turns every difficulty into a building block for future success. Adversity often pushes us out of our comfort zone, encouraging us to explore new skills or approaches. When faced with unexpected difficulties, it can be helpful to consider what these challenges ask of us. Sometimes overcoming an obstacle requires developing new habits or skills, which can ultimately expand our capabilities and confidence. The skills gained from navigating these moments often become valuable tools in our personal and professional lives. Another key to transforming obstacles lies in resilience. Life rarely follows a straight path, and building resilience helps us stay grounded even when things go off course. Resilience is not about avoiding challenges, but about learning to navigate through them, finding the strength to adapt and keep going. Each challenge met with resilience reinforces our ability to handle future setbacks with a calm, focused approach. Reframing how we view setbacks can be immensely helpful as well. Often, it is our interpretation of a situation that makes it feel overwhelming. By looking at challenges from a different angle, we might discover hidden opportunities or alternative solutions. This shift in perspective allows us to see what we can gain from the situation, making the obstacle feel less like a burden and more like a moment of possibility. At times, obstacles reveal what truly matters to us. When faced with a setback, we are often forced to reassess our goals and priorities. This clarity can be incredibly freeing, as it helps us focus on what is genuinely important, allowing us to let go of distractions. Realizing what we value most during tough times can bring a sense of purpose that guides us even when the path is unclear. Obstacles can also help us connect with others in meaningful ways. Shared challenges often bring people together, creating bonds that might not have formed otherwise. Reaching out for advice or offering support to someone in a similar situation can provide valuable insights and encouragement. These connections remind us that we are not alone, which can be a source of strength when we face difficult situations. Another way to transform obstacles is by cultivating patience. Sometimes challenges require time and persistence before solutions become clear. Learning to wait, even when progress seems slow, builds a sense of calm and patience. This patience not only helps us through the current challenge, but also equips us with the ability to handle future obstacles with greater ease and understanding. It is also helpful to remember that obstacles can spark creativity. When our usual methods are blocked, we are often pushed to think outside the box. This creative problem solving can open doors we might not have otherwise considered, leading to innovative ideas and approaches. The solutions we find during difficult times are often some of our most resourceful, teaching us that creativity often thrives in the face of limitation. Sometimes, obstacles reveal strengths we did not know we had. In moments of difficulty, we are often surprised by our own resilience, courage, or determination. These traits, which may go unnoticed in easier times, become visible when we are tested. Recognizing these strengths helps build a sense of self-assurance, showing us that we are capable of more than we may have realized. Taking a long-term view can also change how we handle obstacles. In the moment, challenges can feel overwhelming, but by stepping back, we often see how these experiences contribute to our overall journey. Looking at obstacles from a broader perspective reminds us that setbacks are just one part of a much larger story. This outlook provides hope and confidence, allowing us to face difficulties without losing sight of our bigger goals. Transforming obstacles into opportunities is not about ignoring the difficulty, but about finding meaning and purpose within it. Even in the hardest moments, there is often something to be gained or learned. By accepting that challenges are a natural part of life, we open ourselves to new insights and possibilities. This shift allows us to see each obstacle as a chance to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. When we approach obstacles with a sense of curiosity and a willingness to adapt, we create a powerful foundation for navigating life's ups and downs. Each challenge then becomes an opportunity to become more resourceful and self-assured. By shifting our mindset, we learn that obstacles do not have to hold us back. They can actually guide us toward paths we may not have explored otherwise, enriching our journey in unexpected ways. Chapter 15: Creating New Mental Pathways. Our minds naturally rely on familiar thought patterns, repeating behaviors that feel easy or automatic. Yet, when we consciously build new mental pathways, we open the door to fresh ways of thinking and reacting. Imagine each habit or reaction as a well-worn trail in a forest. Creating new pathways means carving out different trails that offer new destinations, even if they feel less familiar at first. Creating these mental pathways starts with awareness of the thoughts we want to reshape. When we recognize unhelpful habits of mind, we give ourselves a choice. We can continue down the usual path, or we can pause and redirect our thoughts toward a new direction. Each small shift builds upon itself. gradually forming new routes in our minds that help us respond differently to life's challenges. Repetition is key to strengthening new mental pathways. Just as physical exercise strengthens the body over time, consistently using alternative ways of thinking reinforces new habits. While it may feel uncomfortable or even forced initially, each repetition makes the pathway stronger until it becomes second nature. Over time, these new routes become easier to access, guiding us to think and act in ways that align with our deeper goals. Patience also plays a huge role in forming new mental habits. Creating change in our thought patterns is not instant. It takes time for these new pathways to become familiar. Progress may feel slow at first, but with each step, we are actively rewiring our responses. This patience allows us to move forward with a calm confidence, trusting that each small step is building something meaningful. Curiosity can be a powerful tool in reshaping our mental patterns. By asking ourselves questions and exploring different perspectives, we encourage our minds to try fresh approaches. Simple questions like, "What if I looked at this another way?" can lead to shifts in perspective that keep us from getting stuck in repetitive thinking. This curiosity invites us to explore ideas we might not have considered, making way for new and creative ways of approaching situations. Replacing old patterns with new ones also means letting go of judgments or harsh self-criticism. When we focus too much on what went wrong in the past, it becomes harder to explore fresh paths. Approaching ourselves with kindness and openness clears the way for constructive change, helping us see possibilities instead of dwelling on past missteps. This gentle shift in mindset encourages us to keep exploring without fear of getting it wrong. Small victories play an important part in building new mental pathways. Every time we respond to a situation in a way that feels more aligned with who we want to be, we are reinforcing our progress. Each positive choice, no matter how small, strengthens the new pathways we are creating. Acknowledging these wins reminds us that change is happening, boosting our motivation to keep choosing our new routes over the old ones. Over time, these new mental routes start to affect other areas of our lives. Choices that felt difficult at first become easier, and our responses grow more consistent with our true intentions. As we build confidence in these new ways of thinking, we also start to notice subtle shifts in our emotions and reactions. This change brings a sense of accomplishment, showing us that we are capable of rewriting our inner dialogue and our approach to the world. Flexibility is a valuable asset when we are creating new mental patterns. Life rarely unfolds as we expect, and being open to adjusting our paths as we learn is essential. By allowing ourselves to adapt without rigid expectations, we avoid frustration and keep moving forward. This flexibility ensures that even if we occasionally revert to old patterns, we can quickly return to the paths that serve us best. The practice of creating new mental pathways ultimately strengthens our overall sense of control. Instead of feeling trapped by automatic responses, we gain the ability to choose how we engage with our thoughts and emotions. This sense of agency brings a calm sense of inner strength, reminding us that we are active participants in our own growth. With each choice, we build resilience and reinforce our capacity for intentional living. Each person's journey of creating new pathways is unique, shaped by individual goals and experiences. Some changes may come quickly, while others take more time. The important part is not the speed of progress, but the commitment to keep moving forward. By focusing on consistent, mindful steps, we build a foundation that will continue to support us through whatever challenges may arise. With dedication, these new pathways become lasting parts of who we are, guiding us toward a life that feels fulfilling and true to ourselves. When we make the effort to shift our thinking, we are not only changing how we respond in the present, but also shaping the future. Each thought and choice adds up, helping us create a mind that works with us rather than holding us back. Chapter 16, the role of routine and repetition. In shaping our mindset, routine and repetition serve as the invisible threads that hold our goals together. When we repeat a positive behavior or habit, we reinforce it, allowing it to take root in our minds. Like creating a pathway in the grass, the more we travel down it, the clearer and easier it becomes to follow. Over time, these repeated actions build a foundation, turning temporary efforts into lasting strengths. Starting with small, manageable routines can be surprisingly powerful. Instead of setting large, overwhelming goals, breaking them down into simple steps allows for consistency. Small routines, repeated day after day, begin to feel natural, eventually requiring less effort to maintain. Each repetition strengthens our commitment and slowly builds our confidence, proving that lasting change is possible with patience and persistence. Routine helps to take the guesswork out of decision making. By establishing set times or methods for certain tasks, we save mental energy, freeing up our minds for other pursuits. Each task we regularly engage in becomes part of our day, woven into our schedule, so that we no longer debate whether or not to do it. This sense of rhythm keeps us steady, even when life around us feels unpredictable. Repetition is also a powerful teacher, allowing us to refine our actions and make adjustments as needed. As we repeatedly practice a skill, we notice small details and find ways to improve. This process of fine-tuning builds expertise and trust in our abilities. With each cycle, we gain more understanding and insight, making the task feel easier and more natural over time. Routine does not have to feel rigid or dull. It can actually bring a sense of peace. Having a rhythm to our days reduces stress by giving us a structure to rely on. In moments of uncertainty, routines provide a sense of stability, reminding us that we have built a foundation to support ourselves. This stability can make it easier to stay focused on what truly matters, even when we face challenges or setbacks. Over time, routines become anchors in our lives, reminding us of our goals. They act as gentle nudges, keeping us on track without constant effort. Each repetition of a routine strengthens our focus and deepens our commitment, helping us stay connected to our intentions. This consistency builds momentum, gradually making our routines a source of strength rather than a task to be checked off. The beauty of repetition lies in its ability to transform small actions into habits that last. What once required effort eventually becomes automatic, freeing us to focus on other areas of growth. This gradual shift allows us to create a life that aligns with our values, not through drastic change, but through steady, consistent action. Each repeated choice, no matter how small, brings us closer to our larger vision for ourselves. Building routines also teaches us discipline and self-trust. When we follow through on our commitments to ourselves, we prove that we are capable of consistency. This sense of accomplishment fuels further growth, encouraging us to continue making choices that support our well-being. As our trust in our own follow-through grows, so does our confidence in tackling new challenges. Adapting routines as our needs change keeps them fresh and relevant. While consistency is valuable, flexibility allows us to adjust our routines to better serve us as we evolve. This adaptability ensures that routines remain supportive rather than restrictive, helping us grow without feeling boxed in. When we approach routines with a willingness to adjust, they can continue to add value throughout different stages of our lives. The effect of routine and repetition is cumulative, building layer by layer into something meaningful. Small changes, repeated consistently, can lead to profound results over time. Just as a single drop of water can gradually carve stone, each repeated action moves us closer to our goals. This process reminds us that growth is often quiet, developing slowly and steadily until it becomes unshakable. Routine and repetition may feel simple, but their impact on our mindset is profound. They give us tools to shape our lives in a way that aligns with our intentions, providing a pathway to change that feels achievable. Each day we stick with our routines, we are choosing to invest in our own growth, building habits that support a stronger and more resilient mindset. Chapter 17. Learning to trust your inner strength. Trusting in our inner strength is a journey that begins by recognizing the quiet resilience within us. Life presents countless challenges, each one a chance to notice how capable we really are. Often, we overlook the ways we have already navigated difficult times, managing situations that once felt overwhelming. Building trust in ourselves means acknowledging that we have more fortitude than we may have believed. This trust grows when we pay attention to our ability to endure and adapt. Reflecting on moments when we overcame obstacles, even small ones, can reveal a surprising level of strength. These experiences remind us that while circumstances may be unpredictable, our inner resolve can remain steady. Recognizing this resilience is the first step in developing a lasting faith in our own capabilities. Inner strength does not rely on the absence of doubt or fear. Instead, it shines through in those moments when we feel uncertain but continue moving forward anyway. This quiet courage becomes more evident as we allow ourselves to navigate discomfort and face unfamiliar territory. Each time we encounter difficulties, we prove to ourselves that we can handle more than we thought possible. Building trust in our inner strength often requires tuning out external expectations and focusing on what we genuinely believe is right for us. Society may set certain standards, but trusting ourselves means listening to our intuition and understanding our unique path. This kind of self-trust is not about conforming to others' opinions, but about recognizing our ability to make decisions aligned with our values and goals. Self-trust also develops as we take responsibility for our choices, learning from both successes and setbacks. When we stop blaming circumstances or others for our outcomes, we step into our own power. Taking ownership, even when things go differently than planned, allows us to see that we are active participants in shaping our lives. This realization builds a foundation of confidence that is difficult to shake. We can learn to trust our strength by approaching challenges as opportunities to uncover new parts of ourselves. Rather than avoiding what feels difficult, we can see each challenge as a moment to learn about our resourcefulness and adaptability. With each experience, we become better equipped to handle whatever lies ahead, realizing that growth often comes from embracing these moments fully. This trust in our inner strength also grows as we practice kindness toward ourselves. Instead of harshly judging our perceived flaws, we can recognize that imperfections are part of being human. Being gentle with ourselves allows us to maintain perspective during challenging times, helping us stay grounded and resilient. This kindness nurtures our confidence, reminding us that we are worthy of trust even when we stumble. The process of building inner trust is continuous. It deepens with each new experience. As we navigate different phases of life, our resilience strengthens, evolving with each circumstance we encounter. This ongoing growth reinforces that inner strength is not a single achievement, but a constant process of learning and adapting. Trusting in this evolving strength can carry us through even the most uncertain situations. One of the greatest benefits of trusting our inner strength is the freedom it brings. When we know we can rely on ourselves, we feel less constrained by the fear of failure or rejection. We become more open to taking risks and exploring new possibilities because we understand that we are capable of handling whatever happens next. This freedom allows us to move through life with a sense of empowerment and curiosity. Trusting in our strength also means acknowledging that not every journey will be smooth. There will be setbacks and unexpected turns, yet each one is a chance to reinforce our resilience. When we understand that strength includes weathering disappointments, we stop fearing failure. Instead, we view each experience as part of a broader learning process that ultimately makes us stronger. Over time, this trust in our inner strength can bring a deep sense of peace. Knowing we have the ability to face whatever comes our way gives us a calm confidence, allowing us to live with less anxiety about the future. This assurance helps us stay focused on the present and knowing we have the resources to manage life as it unfolds. Learning to trust our inner strength also helps us build meaningful connections. When we have faith in ourselves, we can engage more openly with others, knowing that we are not dependent on their approval or validation. This self-assuredness allows us to form relationships based on mutual respect rather than need, enhancing the quality of our interactions and fostering genuine support. Every choice we make to trust in our abilities adds to a reservoir of resilience. Even in moments when we feel uncertain, we can draw upon this accumulated strength to keep moving forward. Each time we lean into our inner courage, we affirm our capacity to handle life's complexities. This quiet yet profound trust transforms how we view ourselves and our place in the world. As we continue to recognize and honor our inner strength, it becomes a reliable anchor in our lives. This foundation allows us to approach each new challenge with confidence, trusting that we have everything within us to succeed. With this trust in our resilience, we move forward not because we know what lies ahead, but because we trust ourselves enough to face it. Chapter 18: Harnessing Positive Visualization. Positive visualization is the art of creating a clear mental image of a desired outcome, seeing it in vivid detail until it feels almost real. This practice can shift our mindset as our brains begin to focus on possibilities rather than limitations. By forming an image of what we want to achieve, we gently nudge our thoughts and actions toward that goal, laying down a path for progress. Visualization lets us imagine success before it happens, instilling a sense of purpose that can keep us moving forward. The power of visualization lies in its ability to make abstract goals feel achievable. When we visualize something vividly, our brain interprets it as a real experience, helping to build confidence and motivation. This mental rehearsal primes us to take real steps toward our goals, as our brain becomes familiar with the actions needed to reach them. Visualizing outcomes this way can be energizing, making goals feel less distant and more within our reach. Visualization is most effective when we engage as many senses as possible. Instead of merely seeing a goal, we imagine how it might feel, smell, or sound. This level of detail strengthens the experience, allowing us to feel connected to our goal on a deeper level. By involving multiple senses, we build a mental blueprint of our future, making it easier to identify the steps that bring us closer to that vision. In the process of visualization, it helps to start with realistic goals, breaking them down into smaller, manageable steps. Imagining each step along the way provides clarity on what actions to take, transforming a broad vision into an actionable plan. This approach can create a steady momentum as we know each part of the journey and can visualize achieving it piece by piece. Small successes along the way reinforce the larger goal, keeping our motivation strong. A crucial aspect of positive visualization is to focus on the journey, not just the end result. Instead of simply picturing the final goal, we visualize the process, including any challenges and our responses to them. This way, we mentally prepare for obstacles, making it easier to handle them when they arise. This approach builds resilience, as we already have a mental image of ourselves working through difficulties with confidence. Visualization also helps us create an emotional connection to our goals. By imagining how it will feel to achieve our desires, we tap into the emotions that come with success, whether it is joy, relief, or satisfaction. These feelings provide a powerful drive, as our minds want to experience them in reality. This emotional tie to our goals keeps us focused, giving us a compelling reason to continue working toward what we want. Another benefit of visualization is its impact on our self-belief. When we consistently visualize ourselves succeeding, we reinforce the idea that we are capable of reaching our goals. This practice can slowly change how we perceive ourselves, helping to replace self-doubt with a sense of confidence. By creating a mental picture of ourselves achieving something, we start to believe that it is within our reach, which naturally motivates us to take the necessary steps. While visualizing, it is essential to stay flexible and open to different paths toward our goals. Sometimes, unexpected opportunities may present themselves, and by focusing too narrowly on one path, we might miss them. Positive visualization encourages us to stay adaptable, seeing ourselves achieving our goals in various ways. This openness helps us avoid discouragement when things do not go exactly as planned and keeps us receptive to new possibilities. Incorporating visualization into daily routines can make it feel natural and habitual. Setting aside a few moments each day to mentally rehearse our goals strengthens our connection to them. Over time, this practice becomes second nature, allowing us to align our thoughts, actions, and choices with our desired outcomes. Regular practice enhances our focus and serves as a daily reminder of what we are working toward. Visualization can be particularly helpful during moments of doubt or hesitation. When we feel uncertain, taking a few moments to picture ourselves succeeding can rekindle our motivation. This mental image provides a quick boost of confidence, reminding us of what we are capable of. Using visualization as a tool during challenging times keeps us steady, reinforcing our determination even when things feel tough. The practice of visualization can extend beyond personal goals, helping us build a more positive outlook overall. By imagining successful outcomes in various areas of life, we train our brains to look for opportunities rather than obstacles. This shift in perspective can make a meaningful difference as we start to see possibilities where we once saw limitations. Over time, visualization helps us adopt a mindset that is focused on growth and opportunity. As we develop our skills in positive visualization, we may notice a gradual change in our habits and behaviors. Visualization encourages us to align our actions with our goals, as each choice feels like a step toward the future we have imagined. This alignment fosters consistency, making it easier to stick with habits that support our aspirations. Visualization acts as a subtle guide, shaping our actions in ways that bring us closer to our goals. To make visualization even more impactful, we can use it to reinforce our values and intentions. By imagining ourselves acting in alignment with our values, we build a sense of purpose that goes beyond just reaching specific goals. Visualization helps us stay connected to what truly matters, making our journey fulfilling and meaningful. This deeper connection enriches our experience as we see each step as part of a purposeful path. As we strengthen our visualization skills, they become a valuable resource we can draw on at any time. Whether we are working toward a long-term goal or facing a new challenge, visualization offers a mental space where we can gather our strength and focus. This practice becomes a steadying force, reminding us of our goals and helping us stay committed to them. Positive visualization is a quiet yet powerful tool supporting us as we turn our aspirations into reality. Chapter 19. Developing a growth-oriented mindset. A growth-oriented mindset is one that seeks out learning and improvement, regardless of challenges. People with this mindset see setbacks not as permanent roadblocks, but as opportunities to adapt and strengthen. By approaching life with curiosity and openness, we can view obstacles as stepping stones rather than barriers. This perspective allows us to stay motivated, even when things feel difficult. One key to cultivating a growth mindset is understanding that intelligence and abilities are not fixed traits. Skills can be developed through effort and experience, which means our potential is much greater than we might assume. When we focus on growth, each moment becomes a chance to learn, making life feel more expansive and promising. Embracing this viewpoint can fuel a powerful drive to improve. To grow, it helps to stay open to feedback and recognize it as a tool for improvement. Constructive feedback is a resource, allowing us to see our blind spots and areas for development. Rather than feeling discouraged, we can view feedback as a map showing us where to make adjustments. This willingness to listen and learn sets the foundation for continuous growth and positive change. Curiosity also plays a vital role in a growth-oriented mindset. By asking questions and exploring possibilities, we expand our understanding and challenge our assumptions. Curiosity encourages us to move beyond what we know, helping us discover new ways to solve problems and reach our goals. It keeps our minds flexible, making it easier to adapt when circumstances change. Patience is essential on the path to growth, as progress rarely happens overnight. Growth is a gradual process, often involving small steps forward rather than leaps. Accepting this reality can help us stay resilient, even when results seem slow. Each bit of progress builds on the last, leading to meaningful change over time. This steady approach builds confidence as we see our efforts gradually pay off. Self-reflection is another powerful tool for developing a growth-oriented mindset. By taking time to consider our experiences, we gain insight into what works well and what might need adjustment. Reflection helps us recognize patterns and identify strategies for improvement, making each experience a valuable lesson. This habit of self-assessment fosters self-awareness, guiding us toward growth. Setting challenging but achievable goals keeps us motivated and engaged. Goals that push our limits require us to stretch, which promotes development and builds resilience. However, it is also important to set realistic expectations so we do not become overwhelmed. Breaking down larger goals into smaller steps can keep us focused and prevent burnout, allowing steady progress. A growth-oriented mindset encourages us to value effort over immediate success. Effort reflects commitment and perseverance, which are essential for growth. By focusing on the process rather than just the outcome, we reduce the pressure of always needing to succeed. This shift in focus makes it easier to stay engaged as we learn to appreciate the journey and the skills we gain along the way. Challenges are inevitable, but a growth-oriented mindset sees them as learning experiences. Difficulties test our abilities, helping us discover new strengths and areas for improvement. Each challenge we face offers a chance to gain knowledge, resilience, and adaptability. By viewing setbacks as temporary, we stay open to growth and avoid feeling discouraged by the bumps along the way. Adaptability is a skill that can be nurtured through a growth mindset. When we are willing to change and try new approaches, we build resilience and increase our chances of success. Adaptability means understanding that there may be multiple paths to a goal, and being flexible allows us to find the best one. This openness to change helps us respond constructively to unexpected circumstances. Celebrating progress, no matter how small, is essential in maintaining a growth-oriented mindset. Recognizing our achievements boosts morale and reminds us that each step forward is valuable. By celebrating milestones, we reinforce the idea that growth is ongoing and cumulative. This positive reinforcement motivates us to keep moving forward and builds momentum toward larger goals. Learning from others is another important aspect of growth. Observing people who demonstrate the qualities we admire can inspire and teach us valuable strategies. By learning from others' experiences, we gain insights that might take us years to uncover on our own. This process of observation and adaptation helps us grow more quickly and avoid common pitfalls. A growth-oriented mindset also involves focusing on possibilities rather than limitations. By choosing to see what can be done, we shift our energy toward finding solutions and exploring options. This optimism opens doors to new ideas, helping us tackle challenges with creativity and determination. Focusing on possibilities expands our perspective, making even difficult situations feel more manageable. As we strengthen a growth mindset, we start to see each day as a fresh opportunity. Each day offers a chance to learn something new, refine our skills, and work toward our goals. This sense of renewal keeps life dynamic and engaging, as we recognize that our potential is not limited. With each new experience, we grow stronger, more capable, and more prepared for future challenges. Developing a growth-oriented mindset is a lifelong journey, and each step forward contributes to personal transformation. This mindset allows us to embrace change, welcome challenges, and celebrate progress without getting overly attached to the end result. Growth becomes a continuous process, enriching our lives with purpose and fulfillment. Through this journey, we discover that our potential is truly limitless, shaped by our willingness to learn and adapt. Chapter 20: Living with a Stronger Mind Every Day. Every day presents an opportunity to enhance our mental strength, shaping our responses to life's challenges and enriching our experiences. This journey does not happen overnight. It is built gradually through conscious choices and persistent effort. By integrating the lessons learned throughout this book, we can cultivate resilience, clarity, and a sense of purpose that guides us through both calm and turbulent times. Each day becomes a chance to reinforce our mental framework, embracing the challenges that come our way. Building a stronger mind requires us to embrace the process of self-discovery. As we explore our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, we begin to understand how they shape our reality. This understanding empowers us to take control of our reactions, choosing responses that align with our values and aspirations. By examining our internal dialogue, we can shift from a mindset of limitation to one of possibility, creating a more fulfilling life. This transformation fosters a deeper connection with ourselves, enabling us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. As we strive to strengthen our minds, it is essential to cultivate a sense of gratitude. Recognizing the positive aspects of our lives, no matter how small, can significantly enhance our mental well-being. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have, promoting a sense of contentment and happiness. This perspective allows us to appreciate the present moment, nurturing a mindset that is open to growth and opportunity. By keeping a gratitude journal or simply reflecting on our blessings each day, we can develop a more positive outlook on life. Moreover, it is important to recognize that challenges are a natural part of the human experience. Rather than avoiding difficulties, we can learn to face them with courage and determination. Every obstacle is an opportunity for growth, teaching us valuable lessons about resilience and adaptability. By reframing challenges as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks, we can maintain a proactive attitude that propels us forward. This mindset shift fosters a sense of empowerment, encouraging us to embrace life's uncertainties with confidence. Another key element in living with a stronger mind is fostering connections with others. Building meaningful relationships can provide support and encouragement during difficult times. Sharing our thoughts and experiences with trusted friends or family members can lighten our burdens and deepen our understanding of ourselves. Engaging in open, honest conversations fosters emotional intimacy, allowing us to explore our feelings and gain new perspectives. By surrounding ourselves with supportive individuals, we create an environment that nurtures our mental strength and overall well-being. Additionally, incorporating mindfulness practices into our daily routine can enhance our mental resilience. Mindfulness encourages us to stay present, allowing us to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment. By cultivating this awareness, we can respond to stressors with clarity rather than react impulsively. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation or deep breathing exercises, can help ground us, fostering a sense of calm and focus. As we become more attuned to our inner selves, we can navigate life's complexities with greater ease and confidence. Physical health plays an equally vital role in strengthening our minds. Engaging in regular physical activity not only benefits our bodies, but also enhances our mental well-being. Exercise releases endorphins, which can elevate our mood and reduce stress levels. Finding activities that we enjoy, whether it is walking, yoga, or team sports, can make this process more enjoyable. When we prioritize our physical health, we create a solid foundation for mental resilience, enabling us to face challenges head-on. In addition to physical activity, nourishing our bodies with wholesome foods contributes to our overall mental clarity. A balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats supports optimal brain function. Taking the time to prepare nourishing meals fosters a sense of self-care and reinforces our commitment to well-being. When we fuel our bodies with the right nutrients, we empower our minds to perform at their best, enhancing our ability to think clearly and make sound decisions. Living with a stronger mind is also about embracing creativity and curiosity. Exploring new interests, hobbies, or skills can stimulate our minds and foster a sense of accomplishment. Whether it is painting, writing, or learning a new language, engaging in creative pursuits allows us to express ourselves and discover new facets of our personalities. This exploration fosters a sense of adventure, reminding us that life is filled with endless possibilities. As we reflect on our journey, it becomes evident that living with a stronger mind is an ongoing process. It requires commitment, self-awareness, and a willingness to adapt. By incorporating the practices we have explored, we can create a life that is not only resilient, but also rich in meaning and fulfillment. Each day offers a chance to reinforce our mental strength, nurturing a mindset that embraces growth and positivity. With each small step we take, we move closer to becoming the best version of ourselves. Embracing the challenges of life, fostering connections, prioritizing self-care, and nurturing creativity all contribute to a fulfilling existence. As we embark on this journey, let us remember that the power to strengthen our minds lies within us. By living intentionally and with purpose, we can cultivate a life filled with resilience, joy, and endless potential. Thank you for listening. If you found value in this book, please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing with others who might benefit. I would love to hear your reflections. Share your thoughts in the comments. To deepen your understanding, the ebook version is available on our website with a limited time discount, so be sure to check it out in the description below.